In the present video, we are going to explore why many thinkers, many uh, persons of intelligence, of substance, don't really enjoy to entertain guests or to be guests of someone else. This is a trend that we can explore and see that it happened with a lot of thinkers, with a lot of great minds, with a lot of um, people devoted to the acquisition of knowledge. But today we are going to found or um, have as a basis the philosophy of Arthur Schoppenhauer, the famous German philosopher, because he has a lot to say about guests, about entertaining guests, and about being a guest of someone else. Because according to him, this simple act of being a guest um, or entertaining someone else, it seems to be something without harm. It seems a very innocent activity, but under all that, it really is something more than what meets the eye at first. Because according to Schopenhauer, uh, when uh, we entertain guests in our home, in our uh, in our space, let's say, we are in effect giving away our space. We are giving away in a way, our freedom, our uh, control over the space that we created for ourselves, and to be alone and to be with our thoughts and with our ideas, uh, uh, with whatever we are thinking at the moment. We are giving away all that just because we have guests in our home. But why does Schopenhauer say that? Well, simply because there's somewhat of a protocol to fulfill when we have guests in our home. We normally don't engage in very complex or deep conversations. We usually talk about uh, vain things, futile things. We are, in a way, um, conditioned to talk about the more basic aspects of life. And so in a way, we trade our work. We don't work while we are entertaining guests in favor of uh, submitting ourselves to the most basic things in life, talking about events, talking about people, talking about the weather, talking about uh, soap operas, or talking about sports, or so on. So we give up some of the time that we could be working or developing new ideas just to surrender ourselves to the basic aspects of life. On the contrary, and also according to Schopenhauer, when we are a guest of someone else, we are in effect giving power to another person. And giving power, why? Because um, the other one, the one with the owner of the house, the owner of the space that we are invited to um, come to, he decides the places where we can go. He decides the places where we can sit. He decides the topics of the conversation. He decides what subjects are um, uh, appropriate to talk about, in which ones are not. And he also decides the time that we can spend at his home, and what time does do we have to arrive, and in a way, the exact period of time that we have to leave his house. So he controls the time, he controls the space, he controls the subject of conversation. So in a way, he controls our activity and what we can do and what we cannot do. So according to Schopenhauer, we are in effect giving away our power over ourselves, in a way giving away our individuality. Not forever, of course, but for a short period of time. So according to this philosopher, it is best not to engage at all in this type of behavior, meaning it is best not to be a guest and not to entertain guests in our home. Because according to him, if we start um, this cycle, let's say, it will be much more difficult to get out from it in the future than it will be if we don't engage with it at all. So that is the advice that we can take away from Schopenhauer: not to be a guest and not to entertain guests. Now, of course, all of that is a bit extreme. Schopenhauer was really a great mind, really a brilliant individual that taught us many things about life, many things about uh, human behavior, but he was a bit extreme in these matters. So, having said all that and having the knowledge about what Schopenhauer has to say about this subject, we can say that despite being extreme, we can learn a lot from this philosopher. And we may not go to the same some extent that he goes, but it is advisable to be very careful about the people that share our place, the people that share our bodies, share our minds. We have to be very careful about that, because those kinds of people, the right kind of people, can have a very positive effect on our lives. But the wrong kind of people can be very negative to our existence, can be someone who will be a burden to us, and in some cases can really destroy or diminish our quality of life. So we have to be very careful about who we invite and who are our friends. Because the thing is, we we only want people who will add something to our life, people that will be a positive um, force in our existence. And we don't want energetic vampires. We don't want people who will leave us dry and leave us feeling like that we have lost something just to be with them. And we don't want people who will try to take away our resources. And we don't want to be around people that will uh, only try to use us to get what they want. So, and we know these kinds of people exist. So, not being as extreme as Schopenhauer is, but we should be very careful about the kinds of people that we invite to our places, and the kinds of people that uh, invite us to something. Uh, because being that way, being that choosy, let's say, being someone more careful in that aspect, uh, we are in effect preserving our work. we will be able to work more freely and without um, people that will pull us down. And we will preserve our tranquility, our peace, something that is very, very, very important in today's life, because modern world is not a tranquil one, is not a peaceful one. The modern world wants you to be um, chaotic, wants you to be uh, anxious. So to be able to preserve your tranquility, your peace, your inner peace, is something that not only is important, it is also essential and something that very few people can do nowadays. But by choosing the kinds of people that we engage with, we are also protecting our sanity. Not just our physical sanity, but also our mental sanity. And so we are protecting, in effect, our health. So, yes, Schopenhauer is right in a way. He may be a bit extreme, he may go to places that not all of us will go, but we can learn a lot from this philosopher and from his experience in life. So, my friends, having said that, I hope you liked it. If you did, I ask you if you can like and subscribe. And having said all that, may God bless you, and until the next one.